हेलो दोस्तों, आप सभी का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल में जिसका नाम है कॉमर्स ट्रेजर। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मैसूर एमकॉम पीजी एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन July 2019. If you have not seen the first video, I have put the link in the description and in the I button. You can just watch that video. Without wasting much time, let's go to the remaining 25 questions of 2019 paper. Scientific management, administrative management and bureaucratic management belongs to management viewpoint known as. So all these are coming under the classical perspective which were given by F.W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, Chester Bernard. These were the first one who started the concept of management. Organizing function refers to planning, no. Delegation of authority, yes. So option number B is the right answer for this question. It is more concerned with delegation of authority and it is one of the most important function of your management. Controlling function is static activity, no. Plan, no. Pervasive activity, yes. So pervasive function is the right option for this. Pervasive is nothing but which is done at all the levels of management and which is done by all the managers at different levels. Charismatic leadership style is determined by followers' perception, context of leadership situation, individual and collective need of followers, all of the above. So option number D, that is all of the above, comes under the leadership style. Which of the following are the limitations of planning? Inaccuracy, definitely it is. More time taking, definitely it is. Rigidity, it is also correct. So all of the above should be the right answer for this question. Which of the following is true regarding to prudence principle of accounting? Now prudence principle of accounting is also called as conservatism principle of accounting or conservatism concept, which states that all the anticipated losses are to be taken into consideration but none of the anticipated incomes should be taken into consideration. So you have to provide for all the losses which are happening or which are going to happen in future. So taking care of future losses should be the right answer for question number 31. Which of the following is a non-operating expenses? Salary of managing director, no, it is an operating expense. Advertisement is also an operating expense. Interest on loan is also an operating expense. Therefore, depreciation is a non-operating expense. The present value of the future contribution of employees is one of the method of. So as we have employees over here, so it is regarding to HR accounting. Option number A is the right answer for this. Inflation accounting deals with the inflation related aspect which is now present in the economy, and social accounting is a newer form of accounting which deals about the newer concepts, and responsibility accounting is usually done whenever there is divisions in the company. Dividend paid out of pre-acquisition profit by subsidiary company to the holding company is deducted from cost of investment. So this is not correct. Dividend paid out of pre-acquisition profit by subsidiary company should be treated as return on capital to the holding company. This is correct. A is wrong and R is correct. So option number C should be the right answer for this question. The main difference between marginal costing and absorption costing lies in treatment of. So marginal costing is one which takes into consideration only the variable cost, whereas absorption costing is also called as total costing which includes variable cost and fixed cost. So difference between these two lies in respect of fixed overheads. In calculation of HRA, that is house rent allowance deduction, under the section 10 salary means. So in case of HRA calculation, salary includes basic salary plus DA, that is dearness allowance. Option number B is the correct answer. Section 80C under Income Tax Act refers to savings, no, it is not correct. Exemption, no, exemptions are dealt under section 10 of ITA, that is Income Tax Act. Deduction is the right answer because all the deductions are given from 80C to 80U, which includes 80C, 80CCD, then 80E is there, then 80G is there for donation, 80DD, 80D for mediclaim, 80DDB is there, 80TTA. So there are so many deductions on which I have made a special video. If you want to see that video, I have put the link in the description and in the I button which is above your screen. So you can press that button and you can get the video. for your exam preparation. Loss under the head income from house property can be carried forward only if the return is furnished before the due date mentioned under section 139(1). Even if the return is not furnished, even if the return is furnished after the due date, none of the above. So right answer is option number A, which is only if the return is furnished before the due date mentioned under section 139 subsection 1. Which one of the following income from other source is not taxable? Dividend from cooperative society is taxable. Dividend from foreign company is also taxable. Royalty which is received is also taxable. So national defense gold bonds are not taxable under income from other sources. Dividend from Indian company is not taxable because it is an exempted income, but dividend from foreign company or cooperative society are taxable under the head income from other sources. What is the full form of ITR? So ITR refers to income tax return. Option number B is the correct answer. Cooling period of an individual auditor is, so it is one consecutive term of 5 years. Option number A is the right answer for this question. The first auditor appointed for a company shall hold the office till the conclusion of. So the first auditor which is appointed in a company will be holding the office up to the first annual general meeting, that is option number C. The supporting documents of a primary vouchers are called as internal vouchers, no. External, no. Collateral, yes. So collateral vouchers are nothing but duplicate vouchers which are used as supporting documents of the primary voucher. Dash are the record of planning and execution of the audit engagement. Planning and execution of audit engagement is done using a audit program, that is option number B. Cooperative societies are to be audited as per the provisions of dash of the Cooperative Society Act 1912. So it is option number A, that is section 17 deals with how the cooperative societies are to be audited. The threat to commit suicide amounts to coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, fraud. So this is option number A, that is coercion. Whenever you are forcing someone to do a particular thing by threatening him, then it is called as coercion. Undue influence is nothing but you are taking the advantage of your position and making a person to do a thing which is against his wish. Misrepresentation means unknowingly if you are giving a wrong information to the party during the time of agreement, it is called as misrepresentation. And fraud is nothing but if knowingly you are giving a wrong information or half information at the time of the agreement, it is called as fraud. So if all these things are present, contract is said not to be done under a free consent and it will be treated as a void contract. A contract may be discharged by performance, definitely. So if you perform the contract, it is said to be discharged. By lapse of time, this is also correct. If it is not done within a reasonable period of time, it is called as a discharge contract. By breach of contract, this is also correct. So if you are making breach of a contract, if you are avoiding the contract and then there will be some legal obligations on you, and that is also a way of discharging a contract. So all of the above is the right answer in which a contract may be discharged. Indian Contract Act came into force on, so it came into force in the year 1872, which is a very important topic for all the entrance exams. Again, I have made a special video on this topic and also MCQs are solved regarding to this. I am putting the link in the description and in the I button. Do watch that video also, which is going to help you for your upcoming exam. The legal requirement of consideration includes, it must move at the desire of the promisor, definitely it is correct. Consideration must be real and competent, it is also correct. So both A and B are the correct option. The last question is, the following agreements are valid and enforceable without consideration. A written and registered agreement based on natural love and affection between the parties standing near relation. Agreement which has intention to create an legal agency, both A and B, none of the above. So option number C, that is both A and B are the right option. So this concludes 2019 PGEE, that is PG entrance examination paper of University of Mysore. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. If I get a positive response on this video, I'll make more of such videos for you in which we will solve more of previous year question papers. So please share the video with your friends, and thank you for watching the video.